I really can't interpret all this bellicose talk except as a threat of war, and I think it could happen.
Well, we'll find out. We'll stay tuned. It doesn't pay to ask, but
it doesn't pay.
Before we run out of time, I know another highly important issue that has caught your interest is the issue of immigration. You've mentioned it a couple of times here tonight, and again, we look at the double standards there with in Israel. They mine the borders and they militarize it and they keep their borders secure, and I'm a big advocate of that. I wish we had Israel's domestic policy, but over here, the same people who are influencing our government and our media would claim that folks who want to secure America's borders are racist. What are your comments on that?
It's not just Israel either, is it? I mean, it's like every other country in all of human history has had a strong sense of its own identity and what its borders were. There wasn't any... You know, if someone went to Iran or Iraq or China and said, well, we're going to just come in, anybody who wants to come here we can colonize your country, we can drive you out, we can make you a minority, we can institute our political process instead of yours, people would just be furious. I mean, but that's what we allow here, and it's incredible. It's never happened in human history, and it is producing, I think, an unstable situation where ethnic competition is going to get worse and worse. I think white people are going to very justifiably feel threatened as time goes on, where they see themselves becoming a minority in a country where a lot of these minorities that are present in the minority, really hate them because of historical grudges.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel comfortable in a country that was run by some of the people, the ethnic activists that you see now. Involved in these minority groups. So I think we're entering a very dangerous time. I think that our whole national policy, whether it's immigration or foreign policy, is completely upside down. Something has to change, but it looks like things are just going to get worse until they could possibly get better. I just don't see.
That brings in a perfect segue to my last question, Dr. McDonald. What can we leave our listeners with? What can the good working American people do to help themselves, to help us save this fallen republic? What can we do? Obviously, as you mentioned, this nation has a lot of problems right now. This country is heading down the wrong path, in our opinion. And if you are a constitutionalist or a true paleo-conservative, what can you do to help yourself?
I think that's a really good question. I think that we have to be more selfless. We have to really, we have to join organizations. We have to give money to organizations that are on the right side on these things. Like for example, VDARE.
Right.
On the internet, is a very good anti-immigration site. We have to give more money, give more time. We have to join. We have to, Americans are very comfortable, basically, and the vast majority of people are happy. We keep sort of moving away from the urban areas. It's this whole white flight thing, but basically, people are pretty content, and they see these things. They're anxious about it, but and of course, any action that they do publicly is likely to result in sanctions of various kinds. They have to think about their job. But there are things people can do. They have to always think about their own situation. I'm not telling people to commit suicide, but you have to try to find a way to do a little bit here. To give a little money, give a little time, do something on the right side of this stuff, because basically most people are just sitting back and watching it happen, and it's just awful.
Well, Dr. McDonald, you're certainly doing your part. You're someone that our folks should try to emulate, and if you've appreciated Dr. McDonald's thoughts tonight, go to VDARE.com. He mentioned it. VDARE.com. Check out the Kevin McDonald archive, and you can read more from this man. And in the meantime, we look forward to hopefully speaking with you again one day on the program, and let's stay in touch and hopefully work together.
Well, I really enjoyed it, sir.
Thank you again. Dr. Kevin McDonald, everybody. It's been a pleasure.